there, it's Jada, and today I'm going to be talking about Letter from a Birmingham Jail by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. I think this is probably the most moving piece that we've read so far in WRA, so I want to take some time to analyze it today. I'm going to start with talking about the overall rhetorical situation in this piece. I think the audience that Dr. King is trying to reach is his followers in the civil rights movement. I'm sure that he was addressing those who wanted him to fail as well, because that's a major concern in this piece. When King was in prison, it likely took a toll on those who were trying to act with him in the movement, and he wanted to encourage them as much as possible, which I think is one of the main purposes here. I would personally describe Dr. King's tone in this piece as incredibly direct. He speaks to his readers personally, and it's clear that there's no mistake in what he's trying to communicate. Dr. King is also claiming that laws that are just should be followed, and unjust laws are to be discussed and changed openly. And he says that the clergymen are trying to stop this from happening, yet he still recognizes their position of power, which he's conceding in this argument. So I think that works to his advantage as well. In the text, Dr. King starts right off the bat by making sure his readers know that himself and his followers are not to be considered outsiders. This appeals to his credibility by changing the views of those who are anti-change. I also think that he reminds his readers later in the piece that they are all Americans to promote unity between him, his group, and the opposing groups. This is also an instance of pathos. Another appeal to pathos occurs when Dr. King asks how black parents are supposed to explain the state of this free country to their children. In my opinion, it is also wise of Dr. King to go in depth about the nonviolent civil action that he's taking, because there is a possibility that people are opposing him simply because they don't understand what he's doing. Part of the strength of this piece is that Dr. King is blatant, and he's not afraid to share his opinion, which makes his writing much more impactful in my opinion. Dr. King manages to do this, however, in a very respectful way, and I think that's also very beneficial to this writing as well. Another strength of this piece is that Dr. King frequently references the other side of the argument that he's fighting against. He directly addresses the fact that nonviolent protest is in fact uncomfortable, but is necessary when opposition has gone on this long. Another appeal of ethics occurs when Dr. King mentions influential people of the past, such as Paul from the Bible, Socrates, and Abraham Lincoln. Comparing his work to the work of other famous people increases his credibility a lot. I personally agree with nearly everything that Dr. King mentions in this piece, and I also clearly agree with the civil work that was done by him and the courage that he completed these actions with. I think that it was incredibly bold of him to address his opposition so blatantly when he was in such a compromised position, and he was previously criticized in such a public manner when the letter of opposition was written to him. Thanks for watching.